CEO of the Consumer Technology Association, Gary Shapiro.
Wow! This is incredible! I am so thrilled to be here introducing a keynote at Sphere for the first time in CES history. It's so fitting to do so with Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian this year. Just like CTA, I know the applause line, it's Ed Bastian. But we're lucky because just like CTA, Delta is celebrating its centennial, a century of innovation, and also looking ahead for the next 100 years. At CES 2020, Delta and Ed joined us on the main stage for the first ever keynote by an aviation company, highlighting the power of technology to move every industry. Ed returned for CES 2023 to share the transformative power of human connection and how Delta uses creativity, personalization, and humanity to win customers' hearts and their minds. And now I'm so thrilled to welcome him back to share the airline's vision for technology that enriches the human experience today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. It uses powerful AI capabilities to create an accessible, tech-forward vision for the future of travel. You know, I had the chance to work with Ed while writing my latest book, Pivot or Die, and realized that we share some core beliefs. We both recognize the importance of being open-minded, trying something new, and not fearing the unknown. And we both believe that people are at the heart of every business. As CEO of Delta and a 25-year veteran of the company, Ed knows that doesn't just mean Delta's customers or shareholders. He's also thinking about the thousands of Delta employees who are here tonight and who are back home. I appreciate Delta employees. This body's made of Delta food. But you as the employers are the ones whose buy-in he needs to make the changes and pivots that are necessary to succeed. And the millions of people who, like me, step foot on a Delta plane almost every month, every day, or every week. And thanks to Ed Bastian's leadership, Delta is making the world a little smaller and creating human connections that will transform global travel. Let's take a look.
As human beings, we share an instinctive need to constantly look forward. With each launch, the dream of distant places ignites the desire to explore, connect, and let the imagination soar. With every flight, we become closer to each other and to ourselves.
Please welcome Emmy, Grammy, Tony, and Academy Award-winning actress Viola Davis.
A story 100 years in the making, made possible by you, the believers, the backers, the champions who gave Delta the wings to fly even higher. We've been connecting the world for a century now. beating the odds, breaking barriers, and flying in a class all our own. Because like history has taught us, there's nothing we can't do. Whether blue skies or storm clouds, nothing can ground the people who have fueled us for a century. Our indomitable spirit has propelled us forward and defined the Delta difference decade after decade. When times are tough, we're tougher. When they say slow down, we say catch up. And when they say it's impossible, we say sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. We'll never stop reaching for the skies and shooting for the stars. It's just who we are. This is Delta. And for 100 years and 100 more, we'll never stop climbing.
Over the long course of 100 years, you learn some things. And one of the things we've learned is that while others might use a big centennial moment like ours to look back, at Delta, we look up. Because while some say having your head in the clouds is a bad thing, we say it's what dreamers do. At Delta, this kind of imagination is the fuel that's propelled us through the years. It's how we thought beyond our first lone crop duster in Macon, Georgia, all the way to becoming the longest running US airline, bringing you to every corner of the globe. It's how we pioneered the first hub and spoke model to help a world flourish, not least of which was our home of Atlanta. It's what inspired the DC-8, the first jet to get you places faster so you could spend more time with the people you're going to see. It's why we introduced fast, free Wi-Fi, because connecting you from anywhere to everywhere has always been our ultimate destination. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that flight itself was impossible. And yet now we know that no single innovation has bound the world closer together, getting people out to learn more, to see more, to experience more, so we can all be together more too. Now imagine where the next 100 years will take us from here. And now, please welcome to the stage Delta CEO Ed Bastian.
welcome to the Sphere. This is going to be an amazing evening for us all. But before we start, please join me in a round of applause for Viola Davis. Viola was just awarded, Viola was just awarded the Hollywood Foreign Press Association's highest honor at Sunday night's Golden Globes, a testament to her longstanding impact on the entertainment industry. Congratulations, Viola. And I want to thank all of you for joining us on this journey today, through travel's past, present, and its future. Our Delta story began a century ago, near the dawn of commercial flight. It's a story of how unparalleled innovation, technological advancements, and fearless thinking changed the world. But most of all, it's a story of what can be accomplished when you always put your values front and center. For the past 100 years, Delta has been driven by a simple mandate: always put people first in everything that we do. And it's as true today as it was in 1925, when the very first Delta pilots took to the skies. Those values carried us from being a tiny startup crop duster to a global airline connecting the vast world. We can only imagine how exciting the world must have seemed a century ago. Could you imagine? The very concept of powered flight was only a few years old. But this brand new technology, it carried the promise of changing the world. Traversing the skies at high speed created opportunities that would have been impossible in the days of rail and ships. It brought people and communities together as never before in human history. And it feels similar today. New marvels like AI, the digital revolution, and innovations in sustainability are giving us incredible tools to transform the travel experience. But amid the wonder of new technology, we've always understood that the entire point of innovation is to lift people up. As Viola so beautifully said, that mandate to always put people first continues to drive us forward, just as it has for the past 100 years. It's not just the people we serve, but the people who serve. People like these are great Delta employees. The technician working below wing to maintain our reliability, or the flight attendant who recognizes that customer reaching their 1 millionth mile, or the reservations agent who's there ready to care for you as your plans change. They are the history makers, the innovators, and the champions of human connection. They define what we're all about, what welcoming, elevated, and caring really means. And we feel their contributions reverberate through our past, and they carry us into our bright future. And so I want to stop and take a moment to celebrate a few of these people. People like Diane Carvelli, who together with her late colleagues, Ginny Oxford and Gene Owens, led a grassroots effort in 1982 to buy an incredible gift for our airline, our very first Boeing 767 aircraft. Now let me say that again. Our very first Boeing 767 was purchased by our own people and then gifted to our airline during a troubled financial period. That plane became known as the Spirit of Delta. Thank you, Diane, for being here this evening. People like Dana Nelson, the first black female pilot hired by Delta. Officer Nelson, thank you for all you've done for breaking barriers in aviation. And people like James Sarvis, who served Delta for over 50 years in a number of vital positions. So good to see you here, James. For your 5 decades of service to Delta, we thank you. And finally, people like Joan Crandall. Joan, another one of our legendary Delta flight attendants, recently celebrated 65 years of service to Delta. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Joan, thank you for your dedication to our customers and for the example that you have set for so many of us at Delta. These are the Delta professionals that have written our story. They embody our values, our culture, our history, and they've helped build a foundation that's going to power our next 100 years. Thanks again to each of you.
Now, we have to insert propeller blades to the hub.
As we fly across continents and cultures, toward adventures and achievements, through times of turbulence and triumph, we are propelled by curiosity and a deep desire to forge bonds that transcend borders.
You did it! Great job.
With childlike wonder, we travel everywhere and imagine a world where everything is possible.
As we take flight, technology is transforming the way we travel, with AI at the forefront of shaping our future. But at Delta, it's not technology for technology's sake. No, it's always about putting people first. We call it innovating with heart, using technology to create premium experiences with humanity at the core. Compared to a century ago, our ability to innovate has grown exponentially thanks to better data and smarter tools. That helps us make a difference at more points along your journey than ever before. Today, you expect travel that feels tailored to you. The goal is to create a seamless, connected travel experience from start to finish. That's why we work with partners, including rideshare providers who serve the first and last miles of your trip. Joby, which promises to bring a new mode of transportation to market. And Wheels Up, where elevated private solutions complement Delta's premium service. It all creates more choice for customers to get to their destination in a way that works best for them. So how can we use AI to help each of you connect more meaningfully at each step? How can we couple it with human ingenuity, imagination, and the world's most on-time airline? The possibilities really are endless. This evening, we'll focus on 4 key moments along the journey where we see opportunity for great innovation. First, embedding modern technology to power and enhance the operational experience. Delta already is the world's most reliable airline, but we're raising the bar even higher for you. Second, convening partners to create new means of seamless travel that enable greater access and ease. Third, reimagining how you spend your time on board and how we show our loyalty back to you. And finally, bringing the world closer together by unlocking more access to international travel through new fleet technologies. Well, let's begin with you. It's critical that we have a deep understanding of how you like to travel. And we're working with leaders in data and insights to do just that. To share more about how we're turning your feedback into meaningful moments throughout your journey, please welcome to the stage the co-founder and executive chairman of Qualtrics, Mr. Ryan Smith, and one of our own iconic Delta flight attendants, Jeannie Brady. Well, Ryan and Jeannie, you got your fan club already out there. Including on stage. Well, Ryan and Jeannie, thank you for joining us. Ryan, Qualtrics is the leader in experience management and has been an amazing partner for Delta, helping us use data to better understand our customers. Ryan, could you start to describe how we're using feedback to shape the future of travel?
Well, thanks, Ed. It's been incredible to be a partner with Delta for some time now, but it really boils down to experience. Experience is actually the currency of business today. And the travel experiences that Delta provides at scale, you're clearly setting yourself apart. Last year at Qualtrics, we looked at nearly 7 million records of feedback from Delta customers to identify the areas which people actually care about the most. And nobody's doing this at the scale that Delta is across the global network with nearly 200 million travelers that you serve each year. Delta is clearly the leader. But this experience data, the feedback that we're collecting, is critical to unlocking how Delta can meaningfully connect with customers, exceed their expectations, and ultimately anticipate their needs. This anticipate word, anticipate the needs to transform the whole travel experience. Because truly knowing customers better, it really should mean that in turn you're recognizing them and you're improving that experience as they move through each leg of the journey.
That's so perfect, Ryan, and you described the journey that we're on together, and it is a long journey. Jeannie, you've been on our journey for a while together with us. Can you share your perspective about that?
Thank you, Ed. Every customer that walks through our boarding door has a unique story. As flight attendants, we hear those stories every day. And Ryan makes a great point about recognition. It's not just about recognizing a birthday, it's about making every moment they spend on Delta